Stand up! Stand up!
Killer cops by the hour. What do we say?
Fight the power!
Killer cops by the hour. What do we say?
Fight the power!
The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send the killer cops to jail. The whole damn system is guilty as hell. Indict, convict, send those killer cops to jail. The whole damn Anybody want to? Everybody, we have some more speakers, but what I want to tell you about real quickly is that we have a mock cell here that a bunch of us put together, and we want to have you start thinking about what you'd like to say from the cell about this whole situation, and come up and have a picture taken, and Alice is going to tell you about that in a little bit. But right now I want to introduce Al from Black on Black, another group that has historically been out here on October 22nd against police brutality.
Yes. Right on. Right on.
I thank the Creator for allowing me to speak. And the first thing that I want to say is that I remember hearing about, of course, the Ficker family, that case. And to a lot of us, that didn't matter because he must have done something wrong for the police to go over in Parma. Then a little while later you hear about Trayvon Martin.
Oh, please.
He must have done something wrong. He shouldn't have been in that neighborhood. Then you hear about 137 shots. They should have just stopped. Then you start hearing a whole lot of other stories. You hear about Michael Brown. You hear about so many other families affected that I'm looking at their pictures right now. Somebody somewhere had to have done something wrong for all of these different police incidents, police brutality cases, police murders to happen. A lot of people did do something wrong. A lot of people did not get out, get up, and step up, stand up, and speak out, and join together in unity like they were supposed to. Now, right now, I'm speaking loud, but I feel like I'm preaching to the choir because you all out here doing what you all were supposed to do. But I look around me, and I see so many people in the shelters going to and fro as if this doesn't affect them until one of their loved ones is slammed, hit upside the head, shot, beat down, and then they wonder, how come somebody's not here for me?
That's right.
Maybe, just maybe, by us being out here, we will cause other people to want to step up, stand up, step out, and join with people who are doing something. Because see, when you know what you're doing, it makes the biggest difference in the world. I'm looking at not what I'm doing here, but what type of legacy I want to leave. We have children, grandchildren, nephews, nieces, the babies.
member of someone who was murdered by the police. And sometimes this can be difficult to talk about. So people could pull in a little bit and listen carefully. This is Bernie.
Good afternoon. My son was Daniel Ficker. He was shot and killed at his home in Parma, Ohio by 2 Cleveland police officers on the 4th of July in 2011. They went to his home and they waited for him. He was unarmed. He did nothing wrong, but yet they shot to kill. They didn't shoot to injure. They didn't do anything but shoot to kill. They came there with a motive, and that's what they did. Today, one of the officers is still working. The other one has since retired, and they have not been disciplined at all. Okay, this needs to stop. This is out of control. This is 3 years ago. I tried to talk to them 3 years ago and tell them to do something. Look what's happened in the past 3 years to many different people all over the country. How people are just getting killed by the police. They're just doing what they want to do, and nothing, absolutely nothing is being done about it. So we need to come together as a group, as an organization, whatever, and we need to do what we're doing today and stand up for the rights of those people that have lost their lives, because they shouldn't have lost their lives. They should be here today with us. This could also be your son or your daughter, your spouse, your family member. You don't want to be in this position, believe me, because your whole life will change. So whatever it is that you can do to help the cause, please help us do whatever it takes, whatever we need. Just be there for us, because we appreciate everything that you do, that you have done. And again, pulling together, it's about a group of people standing up for what's right. And what's right is not police going on a rampage, killing for no reason unarmed people. They are unarmed people. Okay, I don't know why they think they have a right or why they think they're above the law. They're not above the law, and we need to get out there and stop this from happening together. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You know, I was doing a press release for this. See all the media? They're not here.
Now they just start shooting us, they ain't gonna
But
be
I
here
had
either.
heard that it's helpful to have some quotes from people who have been directly affected by these issues. And so I called up the uncle of Melissa Williams, one of the people who received the 137 shots next to a school in East Cleveland after a high-speed chase of 60-some police cars a couple of years ago here in Cleveland. And I asked him, I said, how has this affected you? And he said, I just couldn't fathom how they would shoot 137 shots into a car of 2 innocent, unarmed people. And he said, you know, it was like a modern day lynching. He said, the police used their authority to get away with murder. And I thought that was right to the point. Because here to serve, or whatever it says on the damn police car, my rear end. You know, if you can go out and kill people just because you've been trained and are on a war footing to a whole section of people in our society, that has got to stop.
aren't any different. Yeah, I know. We don't have to go to Ferguson. We go down to Beaver Creek and by Dayton, and there's a case. Yeah, John.
Yeah.
And my man wasn't reaching for no cop gun. My man was just standing there shopping.
Yeah.
I found in Greater Cleveland cop block. I know exactly why.
It's a new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go. Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go. Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow.
The whole damn system has got to go. It's the new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go. New Jim Crow.
Whole damn system has got to go.
Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow.
The whole damn system has got to go.
Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go. Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go.
What the people say, what the people say. Robbing and the stealing, breaking in your home, getting a little dangerous. Walk the streets alone. Power better. Get on the case. The real thing. I got no time to wait. People say, hey, you ever got a right to live? People say, hey, you ever got a right to live? People say, hey, you ever got a right to live? Ever got a right, ever got a right? People say,
Now we have a gentleman who would like to speak. He has someone in his family who is in jail. But before that, we're going to have Bill speak from Revolution newspaper.
Hey, Bill.
All right. Come on, Bill.
Okay, a few words. It's been said this is the 19th year of the protest, October 22nd, against police brutality, repression, the criminalization of a generation. But this 19th year, things are a lot different. Things have changed because the people of Ferguson stood up. And we stand with the defiant ones. The defiant ones are the ones that threw back the tear gas. The defiant ones that took the rubber bullets and still kept fighting. The defiant ones still fight for the justice that they aren't getting with the Michael Brown case. And then you have all the others. Eric Gardner, Timothy and Melissa here in Cleveland hit 137 shots. Modern day lynching. It couldn't be more horrible. And there's only one cop that's getting anything manslaughter, which is like if I hit somebody on a bicycle. Kendrick Brown killed here, 140th and Kinsman, sitting on a stoop. And they didn't even get out of the car. The cop just shot him down because there had been a little gunfire earlier in the day. There's no way that the cops can ever solve a problem correctly. They would rather kill than actually simmer down the situation, especially when it's black and brown. Because actually, a few weeks ago, there was a white guy in some suburb that was hauled up upstairs with ammunition, etc., and they just waited it out. So the suppression of black and Latino people, 2.5 in prison, 80 per thousand are in solitary confinement under torturous situations. We say no more to police brutality, no more to mass incarceration, and no more to criminalization of our youth. Today, the modern day slave master looks at the millions of unemployable. There's no jobs, they don't have jobs, they don't plan to have jobs. And they find that section of people a dangerous section to this system. So police kill with impunity. Because people ask, why do they keep doing it? Why do they keep doing it? Because actually, one, they're afraid that if it happened like the 60s, it would happen a lot more powerfully. If the youth actually, which are beginning to organize, get it together in a revolutionary movement. Humanity does not have to live this way. That's the point. We can see how crazy it is. We hurt. Our hearts are broken at night thinking about it. Black mothers, Latin mothers have to worry about their sons when they go out anywhere. Will they come back? And it's not so much because of the gunfire between them, and that's a problem too, but it's the police. The abundance that's produced by people all over the world is taken away and twisted for profit. And white supremacy, beginning with slavery, is an offshoot or an offspring of that system. It had a beginning and it can have an end through revolution. There's a strategy for revolution, a plan that actually, after the revolution, the Constitution for the new Socialist Republic makes it clear that law enforcement would rather die than kill. They would rather die in trying to solve the situation. There's a strategy. Fight the power, transform the people for revolution. How to get from where we are today to where we need to be. And there's a whole, we need political power. We need to actually seize power and transform the situation, socialism to communism. Right now, prepare the ground. We need to prepare our people, prepare ourselves in a revolutionary way. We're fighting the power, and we have to resist, and we have to make it more militant, more strong, and broader, which is happening this day and across the country for the whole month. And then we have to actually prepare the people so that we go in a revolutionary direction. Not, oh, we need the cops to be retrained. No, we need a new system. Get rid of capitalism. And then prepare the vanguard, which is the Revolutionary Communist Party under the leadership of Bob Avakian, to get ready for the time when millions go all out with a real chance to win in a revolutionary conflict. That's what we need, and that's what we're preparing for. Now, on November 15th, in New York City, there's going to be a dialogue between Cornel West, a revolutionary Christian, and Bob Avakian, a revolutionary communist. They're going to dialogue. They're going to talk about how religion and revolution can actually work together to emancipate humanity, because that's what they're both passionately into. They want to see a new world. They are tired of seeing black and brown people and others being shoved away and seen as nothing. Bob Avakian will obviously bring out the prospects for revolution, what the transformation has to be to get there. What I want to say then is, as someone who has moved to stand up and fight police terror, you owe it to yourself in the struggle to find out what two leaders will be saying on November 15th. Nobody with any interest in human emancipation should miss this historic event. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. I just want to point out that the Revolutionary Communist Party has been in the forefront of fighting against police brutality since day one. About today, that October 22nd is a day when those who have suffered the devastation of police murder have a platform to speak about this, and when others throughout society are rallied to stand with them in the fight to stop police murder. Are we going to stand aside while police wantonly murder black youth? No. Or are we going to act now to put up a big stop sign to the horrors the criminal justice system enforces on tens of millions of people?
Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go. Mass incarceration is the new Jim Crow. The whole damn system has got to go.
I'm in jail.
Any day now, I shall.
Stop police brutality.
Of our children murdered, incarcerated, and having no future but what they put in front of us through this new Jim Crow. So all of you today, know that you're together with thousands and thousands of people who are coming together to build a new movement, a movement that says, this must stop. This must stop. People are in the house here. People have come here from all kinds of different walks of life. We're going to be having some people from the families of people who have been brutally murdered in Cleveland, Cleveland is no exception to what's going down. It's not just the 137 shots, which in itself was so criminal that the people, all of them that perpetrated this, should be indicted and jailed. They're talking about in Ferguson that they may not even indict the guy who brutally killed Michael Brown. So when I say to you, repeat after me, we're all Michael Brown. We're all Eric Garner. We're all Trayvon Martin. Now I'd like us to hear from Richard, whose son is incarcerated.
Yes, good afternoon. It's a shame that enough of us is really not out. But anyway, America does a lot of things through subliminal messages. Okay, through the movies, the music, whatever. I'm a Vietnam vet. Okay, so I know, or should I say, I have seen and experienced a lot of things going on around me. All right. The main thing is 70, I got out. 72, the Superfly movie came out. Okay? At the end of the movie, it showed you and told you that the police was the dope man. I don't have a problem with that. Alright? But if I get caught with some dope, and I'm no robbing, stealing, killing, forgery, rape, nothing, there's nowhere in hell I should be going to jail for all this stuff. And they know that this is their main source of income here in America. Okay? And my son right now is doing 20 years. Okay, 20, a minimum. He's already done 9. All right, I cry at the thought of it because I was a single parent living from here to Cleveland, Ohio, went to LA. All right, took him and brought him back because I got in an argument with my girlfriend. And I went right back, okay, and left with the ride that left me there and asked for a $1 bill. And I stayed 30 years, okay, and didn't know nobody.
Thank you. Alto la brutalidad, no más vidas robadas. Alto la brutalidad.
¡Viva ya!
Alto la brutalidad.
¡Alto la brutalidad!
No más vidas robadas.
¡No más vidas robadas!
Alto la brutalidad.
¡Alto la brutalidad!
No más vidas robadas.
¡No más vidas robadas!
Okay, I have been meaning to say this and I want to do it before I forget. If you are not receiving emails from Puncture the Silence, please come up and sign up on one of these 2 clipboards at this table so we can be in touch with you.
Give us your phone number too, maybe we'll text you.
And if you don't have one of the half-page flyers, raise your hand now so people can get them out to you. Because it has all of our information on all our social media places for you to be able to get in touch with us. Also, if you took pictures today, please email them to us in an album. And that email address is on that half-page flyer. I would now like to introduce another person who has experienced the horror of having a relative killed by the police. Brenda.
You know what, first of all, I want to say I am so glad to see this crowd here today. I am essentially glad to see the CSU students from Cleveland State University. I'm a graduate from Cleveland State University, and I love you for being there. That's why I keep looking at you. I'm just so full of myself right now.
We're here for you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so glad to see all of you here together. We have to stand together. My brother was murdered by Raymond Chipkins, who was a police officer for Cleveland. There's no longer a police officer now. He was murdered back in 2002. It'll be 12 years coming up January 26th of this year. I also had an issue with a cop named Vincent Lucarelli, who's trying to get his job back. He was fired. He wrongfully had me indicted because he was sleeping with a victim in the case he was investigating. I'm a private investigator, and I investigate cases against people when they're accused from police officers of different issues. Vincent Lucarelli is a dirty cop. That's the type of cop that causes problems like what you're standing here for today. Stop mass incarceration. Since he was a detective in 2009, he has incarcerated over 500 people.
Wow.
500 people. But those are 500 people that may not need to be in the penitentiary.
Yes.
And I'm just going to say this today. I am so glad to see all of you here today. I want to give you my number. I want more families to be out here who are affected by this type of massive incarceration, and all these people that are in prison that shouldn't be in there. My number is 216.
Whoa. Hold up, man.
Okay.
Hold up now. Hold up. They're old now. I may be old, but I ain't cold yet.
Okay.
Hold on.
My number is 216-355-6232. That's 216-355-6232. And I am so glad to see you here. I'm so full of it. I'm so full of these young men over here from Cleveland State University. I'm so glad to see you. And God bless you. And I want us all to come together as one. 355-6232, area code 216. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Angel came down from heaven yesterday, stayed with me just for a while, rescued me. And she told me a story yesterday about the sweet love between the boat and the deep blue sea. And she held away high over me, said I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I said, fly, sweet angel, fly.
the Pilgrim Congregational Church in Tremont.
Hi everyone, I'm Pastor Kelly Bird from Pilgrim Congregational United Church of Christ, and I was honored to be asked to share with you some perspective of the work of the church in awareness and advocacy for those who are incarcerated. And I speak actually from a few perspectives. One, I speak as the spouse of someone who's an Army veteran and a passionate advocate for veterans' rights, and a criminal defense and veterans advocacy attorney. And he comes home with these really upsetting stories that help me to understand that he'll be defending two different people who have the same offense, and one will be a felon and go to prison for multiple years, and another one will get a slap on the hand. And the difference is that one person will be a person of color, and one person will be a suburban white kid. A person of color, a suburban white kid in a three-piece suit. Looks like a Wall Street trainee. And that makes a difference. That there are two criminal justice systems. There is one for the wealthy and the white and the privileged. There is one for those who struggle financially and who are people of color. There are two criminal justice systems. I speak also as someone who ministers with people who are profoundly impacted by the results of two criminal justice systems. Someone just this week, a young parent, struggling for stability, on the verge of homelessness, looking everywhere for work, for an honest day's livable wage, and cannot find it because time after time, one criminal record in her past has completely eliminated her sources for income, her opportunities for renewal, for stability. And what is that going to do but possibly even send her back? It eliminates hope for people, and the church is in the business of hope. And I speak as someone who ministers to people who come, whose family members and loved ones are in prison, who are spiritually broken, emotionally devastated, financially crippled by the impact of one person they love going to prison and being stuck there for an indefinable number of years. This impacts people's lives in so many ways. In the Christian church, we baptize little infants and babies and children, and what we tell them is, God loves you so much. You are worth something, and we promise that we're going to reflect God's love for you your whole life long as best we are able. And if we don't do that when they go off to prison, what good are we? It is our work to advocate for people who are in vulnerable situations, and this is a calling of people of faith. And I wanted to speak as a person of faith who believes that no one, from my tradition and the teachings of Jesus, that no one is a disposable human being. That everyone is worthy of possibility, of redemption, and we are at risk constantly if we're not mindful that our society distorts our deeply held faith values, that every person is valuable. It tells us there are disposable people. And so I pray that as people of faith, as members of congregations in many faith traditions, that we'll go back to our faith traditions and say, let us work together as people of faith. Our voices are stronger and more powerful together than individually, and we need to not only pray and hope for redemption, but work for it. Thank you.
I'd just like to point out that Kelly seems to be representing here today large numbers of clergy who have agreed to preach on the subject of stopping mass incarceration during the month of October, here and around the country. So it's just another way to sort of get the word out and exponentially spread things, spread the ferment and fomenting. I just wanted to point out that there are whistles that people have on. And we have something to say that goes like this. Yo brother, yo sister, we got your back. We blow the whistle when the pigs attack. Okay. Yo sister, we got your back. We blow the whistle when the pigs attack.
I like that.
So that has actually been being used in other cities around the country. And if you carry your whistle with it, you know, everybody has had an experience where they're driving past someone and they see that the cops have pulled over, and 9 times out of 10 a black person. And you just want to say, you want to get out of your car, but you don't want to get arrested yourself. And we just have to figure out how to take that on. And I think blowing the whistle is a beginning.
I got to write you, whistleblower.
Okay, I would now like to introduce Julia Shearson from CARE, which stands for Cleveland Council on American Islamic Relations. And she's very active around immigration issues, among other things.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be with everyone here. I'm going to defer first to my sister Hamida Rahman. She's the one that actually called me out today, and I want to defer to her. She's going to share her voice with you for a moment.
Greetings, everyone. My concern is that we don't understand that culture, race, religion, even if you're atheist, this is all about humanity. And we're separated across all those things, all those different groups. Those groups need to come together. Don't worry about, oh, are you going to come to my thing or to somebody else's thing? Just try to band together, especially with puncture to silence, because it's all about, again, what? It's all about what? Humanity. What is it about, everybody?
Humanity.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want people to realize that there is an attack on all communities of color, and that there are 3 faces to racial profiling, at least 3 faces. And those faces are attacks against the Latino, Hispanic brothers and sisters, attacks against Muslim, South Asian, and attacks against communities of color from the African American community. And those 3 communities, it's very important that they unite together and see that our struggles are really one. And the powers that be, the 1% that continue to enrich themselves by devastating the planet and harming the fragile balance of our ecosystem and harming poor people and basically living off the backs of poor working people all around the world, particularly women and children, those people, whether intentionally or unintentionally, in their rush to greed, try to divide the 3 communities and peoples of color and divide the communities against each other so that they do not see that they share a common struggle for building a better planet and protecting those who are weaker and who have less power. So it's very important that communities of color, African American, Hispanic, Latino, Muslim, South Asian, that we all come together and help protect the rights of immigrants in this country who are being deported in a mass deportation by our African American president, unfortunately to say, someone that we thought may step forward to help as a constitutional scholar and put some justice back into our system, unfortunately has become the deporter in chief. And he has deported hundreds of thousands of people out of our country because basically they are poor and they are here seeking a better life. So we as African Americans, did I just say what I thought I said? We,
all right, sister,
as one humanity, need to stand together and speak out even against our African American president and tell him no more deportations. He also, his Justice Department's doing a little bit better job related to police brutality, but he's got a long way to go, and unfortunately he's locked into the system and has not had the kind of proper power that we think he should have. But in any case, we can't wait for other people to do it. We have to make our representatives, elected representatives, do this, and that's going to take a mass movement. And I think that the people here organizing this rally are trying to build a mass movement, and we've definitely seen that with Ferguson, and we've seen that with the Hispanic Latinos, you know, rising up and trying to take back their power and restore their rights. So I just very important to see these things and to see the national security state for what it is. It is a way to take away the rights of those who are trying to say that the current system is not what we want in terms of humanity. So we really need African Americans also to stand up against the national security state and not be a part of it, because it's harming your Muslim, South Asian fellow citizens. Okay, that's what I have to say. I pray for peace for all of us. Assalamu alaikum, peace be with you.